this is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy, I think she's ready to lay down and take a nap. Anyway, we're going to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get started. Now, the Gateway Pundit, they are reporting that Judge Esther Salas, she was appointed to look into Jeffrey Epstein's finances. But on Sunday night, the judge's 20-year-old son, he opened the door to their home, and a gunman dressed as a FedEx driver opened fire on him, and he was shot dead. Now, the judge's husband, who is a criminal defense lawyer, he was standing behind his son when the gunman fired, and he's in critical condition in the hospital. Now, fortunately, Judge Esther, she was in the basement of their home at the time of the shooting, and she was not harmed. But the judge's son, Daniel, was her only son, and he was a freshman at Catholic University in Washington, D.C. So poor Judge Esther, guys, she must be devastated. Then on Monday, a suspect behind the attack on the judge's home, well, he was found dead. He died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, the suspected shooter was an attorney who argued a case before Judge Esther in 2015. But it's not clear what the case concerned or what the specific motive of the gunman was. Well, that's awfully convenient, isn't it? To me, there's just way too many things that don't add up here. First, anytime anybody commits suicide, that makes me very suspicious, because we all know that someone can be murdered and then it's made to look like a suicide. Then, here's my big question. How do they know that the man who committed suicide was the shooter? To me, it makes more sense that a deep state player tried to get to Judge Esther and have her play ball with them, and when she wouldn't, well, the deep state just sent somebody over to kill either the judge or a family member so she'd be taken off the Epstein finance case and be replaced with a dirty judge. Then the deep state kills an attorney, this attorney that went before the judge back in 2015, and makes it look like that Judge Esther was targeted because of some case back in 2015. But what if he was not the shooter? Instead, he was a deep state player, and all of this was done to cover up the real reason they didn't want Judge Esther Salas looking into Epstein's finances. Guys, I could be wrong. This is just my theory, and I'll leave a link. Now, the Epoch Times, they're reporting that unarmed city workers. Now, guys, I want you to think about this. Think about unarmed city workers as I'm reporting this story. Now, they are apparently city workers that are unarmed are going to start conducting traffic stops in a California city, replacing police officers under a new plan approved this week. Berkeley Mayor Jesse Argwin, a Democrat, folded the proposal into an omnibus motion. This is what several professionals had to say about this dangerous plan, including a New York police captain that talks about how traffic stops are the most unpredictable and dangerous duties of law enforcement, which I would think everybody would know that. Now, a criminal justice professor said that this is an overly simplistic plan that could have deadly consequences. You think? And a former traffic officer thinks what Berkeley is doing is nuts, and it will fail because it won't take long for traffic collisions and fatalities to increase exponentially. And I'm wondering how many of those fatalities will include unarmed city workers. Guys, we have got to pray for these people, okay? Now, Berkeley's mayor, he wants to slash the police department's budget by 50%. Well, of course he does, y'all. And in my opinion, this will be disastrous and deadly. I'll keep you posted, and I'll leave a link. Now, The Hill, they're reporting that Acting Director of Homeland Security, Chad Wolf, argued Monday that he doesn't need authorization or an invitation from local officials before deploying federal law enforcement assets to detain suspects. He's defending his authority to conduct operations on the streets of Portland, Oregon, guys, where there have been 50 nights of unrest. Can you imagine 50 nights? Now, he wants to try and work with the local officials like the state mayor and governor, who, if you ask me, power has gone straight to their heads, and they're part of the deep state. Of course, they don't want the chaos to stop. They want it to continue to try to make President Trump look bad, and they want their residents too scared to walk into their polling stations and vote. But all of this is going to backfire. Average Americans, they see this chaos and they don't want it in their country, and they certainly don't want it in their backyards. So they will blame the Democrats. So thank you, Director Chad Wolf, and you just keep on arresting these terrorists that want to destroy our country. And I'll leave a link. Now, Rogan O'Handley at DC_Drano tweeted this out. If you kneel for the national anthem, we boycott your entire season. You've been warned in tweet. Well, yes, you have. You have been warned. And guys, these people that are kneeling, these big, the NFL and the basketball league and all these places, guys, they're going to lose millions. I guess the NFL kind of forgot about what happened a couple of years ago when all this mess started. And, I think some people were starting to come back, but not now. But I can tell you one group that will never kneel. And guys, that's the people at the rodeo. Now, I know a lot of real cowboys and real cowgirls, and they love God, they love their families, they love their country, and they love their animals. And I know this because I'm married to a real cowboy, and you're looking at a cowgirl. Now, I can't compete anymore in barrel racing, but guys, it's just a way of life. And I'm fortunate enough now to be able to speak to hundreds of barrel racers and their friends and their families every year about Jesus. And guys, if I wouldn't have gotten hurt, I would never be doing this. And everything happens for a reason. So if I hadn't have gotten hurt, I wouldn't be sharing Jesus, and I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you giving you this news report. So, moving on. QAnon at QAnon76 tweeted this out. We need to come together now more than ever. Unity, not division. We are about to help save the world. Together we are strong. Where we go one, we go all in. Tweet. And Matthew 12:25-26 says, Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every city or household divided against itself will not stand. If Satan drives out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then can his kingdom stand? So, and the Bible quote, stand together, patriots. Stand together and pray. Pray for President Trump and his family. Pray for 17 of the team, our military and their families, and all of the patriots fighting for this country. And guys, we also need to keep Michelle Malkin, a leading conservative activist and entrepreneur, in our prayers, because she was attacked by Antifa and Black Lives Matter thugs on Sunday at a Back the Blue rally in Denver, Colorado. And at first, the Denver police did not intervene, apparently under the orders by Police Chief Paul Pazin, who marched with BLM protesters last month. Now, Michelle says she wasn't hurt in the attack, though the video shows her being roughed up, and she tweeted this out. I'm okay. America is not. She also tweeted this out. So, Jared Polis and Denver Police Chief Pazin, are you okay with pro-police patriots being swarmed, targeted, and assaulted in a clearly orchestrated attack? I caught it all on video and recorded the faces of the brutal animals. Please, President Trump, we need law and order, SOS, and tweet. Guys, this is terrible, but thank you, Jesus, that Michelle is going to be okay. And guys, this is just showcasing the evil police chief and some of their officers in Denver that need to be removed. So, more and more in the deep state, they're tipping their hand, and they will go down because, remember, there are 182,107 federally sealed indictments. And the Denver airport, I don't know if you've ever been there before or not, but it is full of some very strange artwork. And I'll link a YouTube video showing some of that if you want to go over there and take a look at that. But something very evil is going on in Denver. And next, Florida will start investigating the COVID numbers because Tribunal Watch tweeted this out. Breaking, finally, Governor Ron DeSantis is going on the offensive regarding people scheduled for tests that never took them, yet tested positive. DeSantis said, "We're interested in investigating this because it's ridiculous, it's problematic, and I've heard about it enough. It's a big, big problem," end tweet. Well, it certainly is. And we all know why they're padding the numbers. Now it's time to find out who is doing this and prosecute them. And I'm going to leave you with 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 through 17 that say, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, love for the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever." Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Doc C Mom, and God bless you all.